What's up, everyone? Jacob Roach back here from the Killing Joke Studios and Mixing with Metal. I have another quick tip for you guys today, and that's about how to comp inside of Pro Tools. Comping is super important. Comping is compiling, and we can use it on all sorts of stuff. I use it on vocals. I sometimes use it on guitars and bass, not often, but sometimes. But mostly I use it on vocals and I use it on drums. And, excuse me, what comping essentially allows us to do is just keep recording, okay? So, say for instance, I have this verse of this song. I can have the vocalist just sit and go, hey, record this 10 times, and I'm just going to loop it, and you just keep recording it, okay? And what we can do later is then go phrase by phrase and decide, okay, this is how I want each of these phrases to sound. This one's a little bit better there, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to show you how we accomplish that in Pro Tools. We're going to be making use of a feature in Pro Tools known as playlists. Now, I didn't know about playlists for probably the first 2 years of using Pro Tools, and I think it's super important and is definitely a huge workflow help. So what we're going to do to create a new playlist, as we can see in Pro Tools, I think it came out in 12.6. I'm on 12.7 now. We can note where we have multiple playlists by this blue icon right here, okay? So this doesn't have a blue icon, so we don't have other playlists. This has multiple playlists, okay? Now, what we're going to do is each time that they record, we're just going to create a new playlist, and we can name it whatever we want, okay? Then, when they're all done recording, we say, okay, thanks for doing that part. You can come in here, and they come in, and what we do is we switch to playlist view. Okay, now we have all these beautiful rainbow-colored tracks, okay? So we go over here, and we switch from waveform to playlist. I think there's a shortcut for it. I don't know it, but that works just fine for me. So we have all these different tracks now recorded of the exact same part that we can now compile into a somewhat of a master take, okay? So this is a pretty good vocalist, and I only took something from this track right here to add here. So let's say, let me go to this one, okay? You come crawling back to me! Okay, so we want that, and then here's our original. You come crawling back to me! All right, so let's say we want this to be put in there, okay? So all we do is sit there and we can either just slide it up. That's what I typically do. Or you can hit Control X, okay? And that's going to cut, and then you can paste, okay? You can do that, or what I do sometimes, I create another one and I call this my comp track, okay? And so now I have all my tracks, and then I compile them on my comp track. So I know which one's comped and which are the other ones, okay? Now you can do this on vocals. You can do this on drums, for instance, here. I'm not sure. Yeah, I do have other playlists. So let me move this bass out of here. Okay, so on my drums, for instance, I can sit and I can go to another playlist like this one, which is, I think, just a different take. This one, which is all my edits, and this one, which is all my edits plus the fades, okay? And so playlisting is really important for speeding up your workflow in that aspect. And you can just sit and compile these takes and get a master take and be all good. And it's really helpful in that aspect. So, yep, just a quick tip for you guys. Hopefully this is helpful to you. And yeah. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any other recommendations for quick tips, make sure you leave them in the comments below, and I'll make sure to get on those. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time.